So when I was working for Facebook and Instagram doing moderation, man, I had to get caught up. They had a whole list of slurs and pseudonyms and stuff like that that I had to learn so that I can moderate it and take it off the platform. This is interesting, right? So apparently this man left her because she slept with some black dudes. This is a very common thing, actually, that you know, if you don't know about it, you know, hey, but let's see what she got to say about it.
We found out I slept with a black man. So a man left me at a bar after he found out I slept with a black man. So I met this guy online, and we decided that we were going to go on a date. We were only talking for a couple days, but it was going well, and I was like, hey, it's Sunday. What are you up to today? You want to watch some football? We'll get a drink. And he was like, yeah, for sure. So we met at a bar. We're hanging out. I am not one that's like, how many people have you slept with? What's your number? Ball? We're fucking adults. I could care. Are you clean? I don't like, why is this still, it isn't a thing.
I mean, it's never really a girl thing. Girls never really ask guys, how many guys you slept with? It's typically written in their like their essence. You know what I mean? I don't want to say aura, bro. It's so overused, man. But like girls just, I've never had a girl ask me that shit. Never. Girls just know. They get drawn to guys that sleep with a bunch of girls, man.
But we were watching football, which led into a conversation about someone that I had slept with. And so we were talking about it, and he was like, what? And I was like, put back a little bit. And I was like, what do you mean what? And he was like, he's black. I was like, yeah, I'm fucking aware. So I was a little put off by it, but then he got like super intense, and he was like, you fucked a black man? And I was like, sure. Like he turned into like an exorcist. I was like, what? What? And to be fair, at this point, the date was over for me, but I was like, what is wrong with you? And he like went into this whole big thing about, I'm not even going to repeat all the shit that he said about like being dirty and all that. And I was like, what is wrong? So this is where I started planning my exit. And I was like, okay, how am I going to get out of here? I can't freaking sit here with this guy anymore. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Now, I drove myself, so I full on planned on whatever, leaving by myself anyway. But I was like, okay, I'm trying not to ghost people or be like a crazy person. He had my phone number, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I come back out, he was gone. I was like, that worked out fucking perfect. So I sat at the bar for the rest of the time. I met the bartender. Her name was Tara. We had a great time. And what in the actual fuck is dating?
All right, you guys. So, this is interesting, right? So, like I said, I was doing, you know, the moderating, and I came across a lot of stuff like this. One term is called a coal burner. I'm like, what the fuck? There's other stuff like a mud skipper or some shit. I don't know, you guys. There's crazy terms. One thing I gotta say, man, is white people, y'all are very, very creative with your slurs, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm like, wow, that's actually kind of coal burner. Wow. So the thing about it is, unfortunately, yes, man. A lot of white men don't like that their white women have, you know, slept with black guys, you know, and it's something that I'm actually like, I've come across this a while ago. That I kind of feel a little bad, right? First, let me say this real quick. I feel a little bad for a lot of white people out here, because you can genuinely see your race going down the drain. You're literally, you know, getting picked off one by one. And here's the deal about it, right? I can say that with full sympathy, right? The reverse wasn't there when you could see the police killing people that look just like me, right? I came from Missouri, graduated in Missouri, peculiar Missouri, you guys, where it was racist. It was racist. But I met I met some brothers out there that weren't black, right? I had some white friends, some Asian friends, that was really about it. You know, it really wasn't that many Asians. It was just white and black for the most part, you guys. And this whole I even went to Mizzou, you guys. I was there in Mizzou when the racist stuff kind of happened, all the marching. I actually left the year right after I left in 2014, 2015. There was a tremendous amount of marching and Black Lives Matter protests and stuff like that, because there was a lot of hate crimes out there. I was hanging out with people, you know, I had a lot of friends. And so I went to a frat party, and one of my friends was trying to rush for this frat. And so I went there, and they kicked me out because I was black. They kicked me out because I was black, right? And I was like, dude, I'm here with all these other guys, right? This guy and like 4 or 5 other like frat dudes. They were small. I didn't want to cause a scene, so I was like, man, if it was 1-on-1, I would have fucking, oh my god, but couldn't do it because I know I would have got jumped. Would have got jumped, and the people that I went with were too busy far in the crowd having a good time. They didn't see me, or they saw me getting kicked out and didn't want to intervene because they didn't want to get kicked out. And so, this stuff happened as a young kid, man. I was 18, 19. I'm experiencing this kind of racism. I experienced white girls would clutch their purses seeing me go to my car. I'm like, what the fuck? We going to the same cars. They think I'm out the, never seen a black guy before. And so I want to tell you guys, man, it's extremely racist out there. There's a lot of racism out there, you guys. But for my white and my blacks out there, you guys, I want to say one thing. I'm not going to address it too much, Here's the one thing that if you follow me, I fuck with you, my brother. And I want to tell you this, man. The only color that's going to start mattering is green and blue and red, right? Blue, red, and green, you guys. Blue for the profits, green for up candles, red for your down candles and for losing money, you guys. This is what really is going to matter, because a lot of white people don't even accept other white people because, I mean, you will get in the door because you're white, but like, in my honest opinion, for the amount of privileges you get as a white person, you should be so much further in life than your other counterparts out here. And unfortunately, I'm gonna be the one to say it. You're a loser. You're unfortunately a loser, you guys. And it's important to understand that, because you got to identify where you're at in life in order to do better. So for my white brothers out there, if you're not making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year, if you're not making over $200,000 a year, you're a loser. I hate to say it, you guys. You're a loser. You have too much advantages in this world as a white person to be middle class, to be, bordering middle class. 50, 40, 60,000. It's just not going to cut it. You should be making bare minimum as a white person, $100,000 a year. You're not trying hard enough if you're not. Seriously, if I can do it, this shit, you know what I'm saying? Working jobs, you absolutely can do it. You absolutely can do it. So for my white men out there, you need to understand that it's not even, and white girls out there, it's not even about race anymore. We need each other to come together, especially in America right now. And I'm in Texas. 56% of the population is Hispanic, you guys. Whites and blacks, we were kind of the originals here. I ain't gonna lie. Whites and blacks, you know what I mean? So we got to work together if we want to stick to, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So we got to work together. You know what I mean? We can do so much better together than we can doing apart, right? And so I think that's another reason why a lot of, the ladies, the white women, for instance, they've kind of, I don't want to say got their act together, but like they kind of recognize where the opportunity is at. They can milk dry a lot of celebrity athletes. They can milk dry a lot of rappers. They can milk dry a lot of, black men that are, I've seen it. I've heard it. I've talked about it. I've been with some white women that, they just love black guys. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing to say. It's nothing good about like the white guys. White men, you have such an advantage in the world still. You just got to get on your shit, man. It's not enough anymore to just be white. It's not enough to be just white anymore. You got a lot of people, a lot of other races trying. Their life is on the line. This is their lifeline. When you've come from nothing, you don't ever want to go back to that. If you don't know what it's like to come from nothing, to have to ride the bus, to have to eat ramen and noodles, to put hot sauce on your Lay's potato chips, eating off paper plates, roaches, and you don't know what the bottom is like. You're never going to beat out someone who's got that dog in them, man. You're never going to beat out someone that's got that dog in them. How can you shame women for loving a man who understands he's a fucking animal, man? But a controlled animal. They love that. These girls want to be ravished. If you don't got it, man, you just ain't it. You got to do better, man. You got to do better. For my black men out there, keep going strong and keep doing it, man. You got to get away from this hood shit. You need to take lessons from other races. Learn from them. You're never going to be them, but you can learn their ways, learn the wordplay, learn the intellectualism, learn the game. Stay away from the streets, man. Stay close enough so that you can gain strength from it. There's a lot of strength in the streets, bro. There's a lot of strength in the streets. Just rub your shoulders a little bit with it, man. So maybe dip your toe, maybe even dip a fucking leg in it, bro. You know, how about how about just full dive into it one time and then just get out immediately, right? Before anything bad can happen. Gain that power and then push that shit away. Do like what the other races do, man. Take the style, take the swag, take the lingo, take the sauce, and just run with it. And continue to run the straight, narrow path, man. That's my honest opinion about it, you guys. I know we kind of went a little here and there behind it, but I know a lot of girls, a lot of white women out there that, you know, that, and unfortunately, I'm gonna say this too, as they go through a phase. They go through a phase, right? They realize that a lot of black men aren't. I don't want to say. I don't want to group the black men into the group, but like, you know, a lot of black men just aren't serious, quote unquote, and it's just a white. You know, usually going with your race is. I don't want to say better, but sometimes it is just better. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of white women have had their phases, and now they want to find a nice little white guy. Alpha seed, beta need. All right, man. It's your brother Trey, man. I'll see you on the next one.